The enduring legacy of the Trojan War. The Trojan War was a conflict fought in ancient Greece in the Late Bronze Age, believed to have taken place in the 13th or 12th century BC. It is one of the most famous wars in history, and has been the subject of many works of literature, including Homer's epic poems The Iliad and the Odyssey. The war is believed to have been fought between the city-state of Troy and the kingdoms of Mycenaean Greece, and it is thought to have lasted for 10 years. According to legend, the cause of the war was the abduction of Helen, the wife of Menelaus, the king of Sparta. Helen was considered the most beautiful woman in the world, and her abduction by Paris, the prince of Troy, was seen as an affront to the Greek kingdoms. The Greeks assembled a massive army, led by the great warrior Agamemnon, and set sail for Troy. The Trojans, led by King Priam and his son Hector, were able to hold off the Greek attackers for many years. There are several factors that may have contributed to the Trojans' ability to hold off the Greek attackers. The city of Troy was protected by high walls and gates, which made it difficult for the Greeks to breach the city. The Trojans were also skilled warriors and were able to defend their city effectively against the Greek attackers. Additionally, the Trojans may have had allies who helped them defend against the Greek attackers. In the Iliad, Homer describes several allied forces that fought alongside the Trojans, including the Dardanians, the Paeonians, and the Thracians. The war finally came to an end when the Greeks were able to infiltrate the city of Troy, thanks to the Trojan Horse. According to legend, the Greeks were able to defeat the Trojans by using a giant wooden horse filled with Greek soldiers. The Trojans brought the horse inside the city walls, thinking it was a gift, and the Greek soldiers inside the horse were able to sneak out at night and open the gates for the rest of the Greek army. They sacked the city and killed many of its inhabitants, including King Priam and Hector. The remaining Trojans were taken as slaves, and the city was left in ruins. Despite its fame, much of what is known about the Trojan War comes from myth and legend, and it is difficult to separate fact from fiction. It is unclear exactly where Troy was located, and there is ongoing debate among scholars as to whether the war actually took place. Some historians believe that the Trojan War may have been a real event, while others believe that it was a purely mythological tale. Regardless of whether or not the war actually happened, it has had a lasting impact on Western culture and has influenced many works of literature and art throughout the centuries. The characters of the Trojan War, such as Agamemnon, Hector, and Helen, have become iconic figures in Greek mythology, and the story of the war has been retold countless times in various forms. One of the most famous works inspired by the Trojan War is Homer's Iliad, an epic poem that tells the story of the war from the perspective of the Greek warrior Achilles. The Iliad is considered one of the greatest works of literature of all time. The Iliad tells the story of the final year of the Trojan War, focusing on the tragic tale of Achilles and his role in the conflict. It is a tale of love, loss, and redemption, and it explores the themes of honor, duty, and the human condition. The Iliad is not the only work of literature inspired by the Trojan War. Many other writers, including Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides, have written plays and poems about the war and its characters. The Trojan War has also been the subject of numerous works of art, including paintings, sculptures, and operas. Despite its enduring popularity, the Trojan War remains shrouded in mystery, and it is unlikely that the true story of this legendary conflict will ever be known. However, the legacy of the Trojan War lives on, and it continues to captivate and inspire people all over the world. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.